Whether you choose to agree with our lifestyle or not, that's just it. It's our lifestyle. I could personally never come at another mama who I could see is just doing her absolute best and making the best of the situation in which she's in. As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy.
What you're seeing here is the resilient Jenkins talking about how many things that they got on their Amazon and all of these different shopping trips. There's one about going to Burlington and another one where her husband bought her stuff. And look, I'm not saying that people aren't allowed to purchase things, but when your children don't even have beds, they don't have mattresses, they don't have these things, how are you going to go spend money like that? Priorities.
Come at me. Put all the hate you want in my comments. Whatever, as long as it's pushing the algorithm. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the hate.
In the last decade, family vlogging has blossomed into a lucrative niche on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. What began as a way to document everyday life has evolved into a multi-million-dollar industry, transforming parents into influencers and children into unwitting stars. These digital diaries are carefully curated to appear authentic and relatable, drawing in millions of followers who feel deep connection to the families they watch. But beneath the polished facade lies a troubling reality, one where financial incentives, the pursuit of online fame, and parental ambition can overshadow the well-being of children at the center of these stories.
Go like this.
No, Mom, I'm actually seriously crying.
No, I know, but go like this for the video. Go like this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this. Put your hand like this. But let them see your mouth. Let them see your mouth.
I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry.
Few families embody the moral dilemmas of family vlogging quite like the resilient Jenkins. With over 205,000 followers on TikTok, Stephanie and Andrew Jenkins have built their brand around resilience, sharing their daily struggles while raising 4 children, cramped in a 1-bedroom apartment with a 5th child recently born. At first glance, their story appears to be one of perseverance, but a closer look reveals a troubling pattern. Their living conditions are not just inconvenient, they are unsafe. Their 4 older children sleep on foam pads in the living room and kitchen, while Stephanie and Andrew occupy the only bedroom, which includes a PlayStation 5, LED lighting, and a full-size bed. The sleeping arrangements alone have sparked heated discussions, with many questioning why the children's needs seem secondary to their parents' comfort.
But these kids are not living healthy lives. They're sleeping on the floor. They're living in a 1-bedroom apartment in likely a very, very crime-ridden part of their town in Oregon, wherever they live. They're not well taken care of. They're living in abject poverty.
Beyond comfort, safety is an even greater concern. With no child-proofing measures in place, the children are exposed to numerous hazards, cleaning chemicals, kitchen appliances, and the front door, which could pose a serious risk in the event of an emergency or break-in. Stephanie and Andrew have openly admitted that child-proofing their space was not a priority, a stance that has only fueled public outrage.
The biggest concerns that have been mentioned are the fears of these poor kids sleeping in the kitchen, potentially sleeping near dangerous things such as a stove, things that may be in the kitchen cabinets, kitchen knives, cleaning products, what have you, and also being placed right by the front door of their apartment. God forbid if there ever happened to be an intruder, those poor kids would be what that intruder would see first, while the parents would be in their bedroom.
While Stephanie is vocal about her desire for a larger family and growing their TikTok presence, Andrew, known as Drew, has drawn criticism for his lack of contribution to their household's financial stability. He has openly stated that he refuses to work a traditional W-2 job because he believes he deserves higher pay despite their ongoing financial struggles. Instead, he spends a significant portion of his time playing video games, which many argue take precedence over securing a stable income for their growing family.
I worked at W-2 since I was 18, 19. Worked nights, multiple jobs, never made above 22 an hour.
Work jobs that worked your body to the bone. And
yeah, I worked retail, I worked overnight, I worked at Home Depot. Where else did I work? I worked at Jackson's, I worked at Grocery Outlet. I pumped gas. I pumped gas. I did HVAC for a year, doing the most work, coming on the weekends to do scrap metal, and then going to Jackson's, and I only got a $4 raise after a year. And people got an $8 raise, making 32 plus, and they sat me at 24.
Jobs that work your body to the bone. I was expecting to hear construction, something a lot more physical, something involves a lot of hard labor. No, retail, Home Depot, pumping gas. You're not working your body to the bone there, pal.
Adding to the controversy, Drew allegedly has custody issues with a previous partner, who has come forward to reveal that he has not been involved in his son's life for years.
That man, that everybody's saying they have two loving parents, walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Okay, hasn't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had one child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now my oldest, who's at the top because he will be 12, doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had one child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids. I literally feel bad for my child's siblings, sad to say, that they have to sleep on the floor. And that man has not changed.
This revelation has only fueled skepticism about his commitment to his current children and his ability to provide for them.
Because tell me how you've been sitting on the internet, making combative videos, bragging about how hard you're working, how hard your man is working. You've gone viral a couple of times. How are you getting evicted? How have you been sitting on lives, smoking drugs, bragging about your PS5 and your mood lights and all the great stuff that you're getting for free while you're making money off of TikTok and getting evicted? How do you do that? Where's the TikTok money? I thought that they were getting up out of there. They were doing all this to make themselves upwardly mobile. Where is it? Where's that upward mobility? Where is that gone? You've been getting paid by TikTok. We also know that you've been getting a lot of other benefits, and your crusty fans have been buying all of your stuff for free on TikTok. So why are you getting evicted? Where's the money? Something just doesn't add up. The whole thing stinks.
As their online presence grew, so did their struggles. The family faced eviction, forcing them into an even more uncertain future.
So, Resilient Jenkins are being evicted, allegedly. Y'all, after seeing some rumors on this app, I did some digging of my own, and I come up with this. The Cloud and Residential Corporation versus Andrew Jenkins. This is Oregon Judicial Department Public Information, because Miss Jenkins doesn't seem to understand why all these people are up in her business. As I told her before, if you post something on the internet, it makes it everyone's business. But there were a total of 4 children and 2 adults living in a 1-bedroom apartment. That is allegedly the reason for being evicted. They said that the apartment was given to Andrew and his one child through a homeless program. Others have stated that they are being evicted for non-payment of rent. How they could not pay their rent with the amount of money that she's made on this app is mind-blowing to me. How they've not moved with the amount of money that she made on this app is absolutely mind-blowing to me.
At the height of this turmoil, another drastic event unfolded. One that would cement her reputation as a controversial example of family vlogging gone too far.
Stephanie revealed that she had given birth on Friday in the car, a few minutes away from the hospital. A birth experience that Stephanie plans to roll out to her subscribers as paid content.
While en route to the hospital, Stephanie went into labor, ultimately giving birth in their car. Which should have been a private, deeply personal moment, instead became content, shared and monetized. While some followers expressed concern and sympathy, others were appalled by the reckless circumstances surrounding the birth.
My conspiracy as far as why she did not want to spend any time in the hospital, as we know, she spent 8 hours in the hospital. She wanted to get out ASAP, like urgency, all the things. I don't think that she wanted any doctor or nurse or hospital staff to catch on to what they're doing, how many kids they have at home, the fact that the kids might have been home alone, the fact that they are not living in what is equipped to handle that many kids and 2 adults.
The Jenkins' willingness to broadcast such an intimate and high-risk event underscores the darker side of family vlogging, the prioritization of content over caution and engagement over ethics.
Thank you for having me today. My name is Sherry Frankie. My mother, Ruby Frankie, is a prominent family vlogger that was arrested last year for child abuse. I don't come today as the daughter of a felon, nor as a victim of an abnormally abusive mother. I come today as a victim of family vlogging. My goal is not to present any idea of a solution to this problem, but to shed light on the ethical and monetary issues that come from being a child influencer. Children from before they are born to the day they turn 18 have become the stars of family businesses on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Specifically, many parents film their regular family life as an online video blog called a vlog. But I want to be clear that there is never, ever a good reason for posting your children online for money or fame. There is no such thing as a moral or ethical family vlogger.
Medical professionals and child psychologists have long warned about the dangers of exposing children to online fame.
In the year 2022, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children had over 80,000 cyber tips related to the online exploitation of minors. Over 80,000.
And these tips are coming from concerned parents, children, what's the general?
It could be service providers, it could be parents, it could be kids themselves reporting it.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Studies suggest that children thrust into the spotlight too early often struggle with privacy violations, emotional distress, and identity crises. Unlike child actors, who operate under strict labor laws, children in family vlogs receive no legal protection. For the Jenkins, the consequences of their public life became evident as Child Protective Services was reportedly called multiple times due to the concerns about their children's safety. Though the family denied any wrongdoing, the scrutiny highlights the ethical gray area of family vlogging. At what point does documenting a family's struggles become negligence? And when do online viewers, initially drawn in by relatable content, become complicit in the exploitation of children? The Jenkins living situation represents more than just a financial struggle. It's a direct risk to their children's well-being. Sleeping in high-traffic areas, exposed to household hazards, and growing up in an environment that prioritizes social media engagement over safety places them in constant danger. Beyond physical safety, there's also the psychological toll. Once something is posted online, it becomes nearly impossible to erase. Future employers, peers, and even potential partners may find these videos forever altering the way these children navigate their lives. The absence of consent, because children cannot truly understand what it means to be filmed for public consumption, makes this an inherently exploitative practice. Stephanie has openly expressed her desire for more children, stating that she hopes to convince her husband by growing their online presence and making TikTok a viable source of income. Many viewers have pointed out the troubling contradictions between their aspirations and their reality, questioning whether social media fame has become the driving force behind their family decisions.
children are on social media and you haven't heard the story about what's going on with Ren,
But I had a thought because I was thinking about this last night, and I feel like this story's f***ed up. But hear me out. It's not just our social medias that we need to worry about this shit, because if you go to the park, a very busy park, and your kids are in a swimsuit, your kids are in shorts, whatever the flying tell me there isn't random dudes taking pictures everywhere. Tell me you don't see an old man holding a camera that just don't look like he should even be in that park. How many times have you ran into that situation? Because I've had it multiple times. I literally was in a relationship 5 years ago with a SO. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here, but I mean, the dude was nuts. The dude was a predator, okay? So yes, I speak from experience when I say, like, they're everywhere, and they're manipulative, and they can hide themselves, they can unmask themselves. They're out in public too. Your kids, you can try your damnedest to keep them off your social media, but when they go to school and everybody's kids get to bring home a picture of your kid from their school, well, what happens if Billy's dad is a freaking crazy man? Well, Billy's dad's got a picture of my kid. It's everywhere, guys. It's not just social media. And I feel like this is like, it's almost like a way for women to target other moms. And like, you're putting pictures of your butt. It has nothing to do with the women who are just proud to show their children, who are just expressing their joy in what their children do. So please stop coming at women like that. Stop coming at parents for posting pictures of their kids. Go after the stupid b***ers. Okay?
In a particularly concerning instance, Stephanie posted a video appearing to downplay or even boast about their children remaining unbathed and their household suffering from a major flea infestation. To an outsider, this may seem like an attempt to engage viewers, turning real-life struggles into internet engagement. Whether intentional or not, the result is the same. The children's hardships become content, and their well-being is sidelined for clicks. As more families turn to social media for income, the need for ethical guidelines becomes urgent. Platforms must establish stricter regulations to protect minors, including limits on monetization and enforceable privacy measures. More importantly, parents must recognize the long-term consequences of sharing their children's lives online. The Jenkins story is not unique. It is a symptom of a larger issue, one that will only grow as more families see vlogging as a viable financial option. Transparency, accountability, and most critically, the right of children to a private, safe childhood must take precedence over clicks and views. The case of the resilient Jenkins illustrates the precarious balance between sharing one's life online and ensuring the well-being of children. As family vlogging continues to evolve, parents must ask themselves, are they truly documenting memories, or are they prioritizing online fame at their children's expense?
Why are they not changing their situation? I mean, let's be real. 7 people in a 1-bedroom apartment. You got those kids sleeping on the floor. Like, what is happening here? Why? You're making views, you're making money off of your social media. You have gone viral a couple times. Why are you not changing the situation? Why is your hubby sitting there and got time to play a video game? That's what I want to know. Y'all are sitting there in a 1-bedroom apartment. You continue to have babies and your hubby's got time to play a video game? Someone make that make sense. You're on here, you're on social media, obviously making views. You went viral a couple of times. So somebody tell me why the situation isn't getting better. Why are they both not doing better for their children? Again, make it make sense.
By fostering a culture of responsibility, awareness, and consent, we can ensure that children's voices are heard, their privacy respected, and their futures protected. Only then can we navigate the digital age without sacrificing the well-being of the most vulnerable among us.
This post was a strategic post on my part. Recently, I've been having a lot of couples pop up in my algorithm that have these like quote-unquote couple issues going on, and I can tell it's like staged on their part. And I don't mean to be judgmental, but what I noticed was within their algorithm,
their views spiked tremendously, and they get a lot more followers than that. And I feel like it was because the general population of those new followers are people that are like, okay, I want to watch this couple fall apart. And it just had my gut off. I was like, is that really how people think? And I started wondering, like, how many people are following me and Drew for that very reason? Because for the past 3 years, all I've put forward and all I've said about my man is that he's an amazing father. He's a very supportive partner, and I've spoke nothing different.
I can say I really do know every occasion he's told me I'm attractive or I'm beautiful, because I pay attention to that stuff. That means a lot to me, and it's been 3 times in the past 3 years. So,
and I mean, I love my partner, and I don't want to say nothing negative about him, but it wouldn't hurt him to say he has appreciation for me every now and again, to tell me that he finds me attractive. But that just seems like it's vinegar on his tongue or something.